And thinking about the standards-based reporting for this year, we've really come quite a ways. When we started, it was difficult, I think, for everyone because it was something new, and we were trying to learn this new system. But the extent of work that our teachers did here really speaks to their professionalism and how much they care as far as being great educators. The first few months of this program, so the first trimester, I'll say, we were trying to figure everything out. How many grades to get in. We learned a lot over that time. But the real turning point I think I saw was when we had parent conferences in early December, and multiple teachers came up to me after the parent conferences and they said, I know more about my kids in my class than I ever have before. And it was because of the standards-based reporting. They were able to tell parents such specific information about how they were doing. The parents understood more about their kids and appreciated that. And from that point on, it really it really went very well, I think. There were still some struggles and people figuring things out, but it got to the point where we knew that we needed to have multiple assessments and specific standards to get a true picture of how a student was demonstrating mastery of a specific standard. So teachers learned that over time, and now we're in a position where I think teachers agree and feel that they know more about the kids in their classroom and in the school than they ever have, and it's due to their hard work, but also the focus of what it is students need to learn, how we're going to assess it, what that's going to look like, sharing that, and then putting into place supports and interventions to help students master any or demonstrate proficiency on any standards that they may not have been doing so already. And people feel good about that because we're going to be getting kids to the next grade in a place where they're proficient in what they need to be.
I think student placement has become better than ever, or is at least heading definitely in the right direction. Yeah. So we can.
Boston Workshop, I think, made my job easier in the sense that it streamlined the whole process and definitely made it more student friendly, and they're going to be more aware of how to get from point A to point B.
I mean, it's different too because even for Title I, we're not considered like just the pull-out. We're talking with students, and so it's the teachers are knowing what we're doing and what the reading specialists are doing, and then we're talking about the classroom and having the same kind of views.
So the rolling grade, especially in my year-long classes, I don't think they fully understand how the rolling grade works, and that it's from September to June is their grade. So I have a lot freaking out in like different quarters or progress reports when that's not really their grade overall in the class. That's just a snapshot of where they are, and I think it's on their transcript. So I think that needs to be a little bit more clear to them and to parents as well. I've had a discussion with them a lot about the rolling grade and how it works.
I think it has all been worth it. At the beginning of the year, I think it all was a lot for a lot of people, but I think it was a great year for me coming in because not knowing anything different, I think it kind of brings, a sense of optimism to the school as a whole, and
the collaboration has improved greatly. And the ability to go into the classroom and work with teachers based on where they are and what their interests are and then bring them forward has really been important at the high school. I think it's really changed the climate of literacy instruction. So.
And what is this year?
It's been good and a little tough.
Yeah, but I think the feedback that we've received has been very informative because we have a lot more specific data that tells us what kids' areas of need are that we can then address and help them to meet the standards.
It helps. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a guide. We have more of a guide for our instruction, I feel now too, and knowing what exactly we need to teach and what we need to reteach kids as well to make sure they meet those standards.
I feel like even though it's been possibly, I don't want to say more work, but just a different focus and planning, it's really allowed us as teachers to see kids in a different light and be able to look at kids as whole children and not just project-based learning, but using the standards to really determine where they are and where they need to be. And it's given me the opportunity to be able to share where students are with their parents.
And I think to go along with that, I think it's allowed parents to do more to help their children, because when we can give them that specific information about what the areas of weakness are, they are then able to better help them in those areas of weakness at home to complement what we are trying to get them to achieve in the classroom.
It's forced all of us, I think, to go out of our comfort zone in planning, because we're so used to maybe following the same agenda or accomplishing the same goals, but our goals now are what students need to learn and what skills they're able to have instead of what project or what assignment they've completed.
And it keeps us focused as well as the kids.
We were just at the National Reading Conference and hearing what other districts are doing and seeing what we're doing. We're doing a lot of the same things and we're also doing more. So
I felt like we could be presenters, to be honest.
we actually did.
But I also think we have some part of this. I think we have some data that's on our side as well, whether it's the NECAP or it's the NEWA, AYP, or even how many students, absolutely, and how many students are meeting the exit criteria, which is a beautiful thing because we're able to move students beyond, remediation and crises.
Another teacher had said, wow, we really feel good about where our district is, because we were just like looking around. Some districts weren't there yet. Some districts, she was throwing out a lot of buzzwords, standards, and we're like, yep, we know that. And then they were talking about different state standards and different, the Common Core, and we were just like, wow, our district is in a really good place. And there were districts from Canada, Atlanta, and we were just like, wow, just a little Sanborn, and we felt really good. So.